Hi, I'm Luke Roger, and today I am with my chemistry movie partner, Walter White. We're a small group, just a duo, but Walter here has asked me to help him revise Fischer esterification reactions, as he's looking to make some esters. We won't ask him why. But he's got some strong acid, some carboxylic acid, and some alcohol, all the necessary ingredients to do it. But he's just looking to make sure he's doing it right, and he knows the theory behind it, so let's get right into it. So fundamentally, this is our Fischer esterification reaction. We've got a carboxylic acid, in this case acetic acid, an alcohol, in this case ethanol, as it's my favorite and pretty simple. And through the help of a strong acid catalyst, we get an ester that should look something like this. So let's have a look at this in some more detail. So in our first step here, we have a protonation occur. So let's look at how this occurs. The electrons in the bond between the hydrogen and chlorine here move towards the electronegative chlorine, and a bond forms between the delta positive hydrogen and the electronegative oxygen, which results in an intermediate, which should look something like this. Moving on to the next step, the electrons in the double bond here move towards the positively charged oxygen, hence making it neutral. And as that occurs, the oxygen in the alcohol attacks the carbon at the center, the tetrahedral carbon, forming our tetrahedral intermediate with a positively charged oxygen on the alcohol side. I moved things around a little bit. I moved the OH group down to the bottom and the alcohols just here for simplicity. Moving on to the next step here. The electrons in the bond between the oxygen and hydrogen here move towards the positively charged oxygen. And as that occurs, this partially negative oxygen here attacks the partially positive hydrogen here, forming a bond between those two, which results in another intermediate, which should look something like this, with a water group here, which will soon be a leaving group. Moving on to the next step. We've got our intermediate from the previous step and the chloride ion from the protonation reaction in the first step has returned. So in this step, a bond forms between that negatively charged chloride and this hydrogen here, reforming hydrochloric acid. And as that occurs, the electrons in the bond between the oxygen and hydrogen are transferred back to being a double bond between the oxygen and carbon here. And simultaneously as that occurs, the bond between this carbon and the oxygen with the two hydrogens attached to it breaks to make this oxygen neutrally charged and have a water leaving group. And that takes us swiftly to our products here with some fireworks activating to signify the end. We've got our ester, our original acid, hydrochloric acid, or whatever strong acid you've used, and some water here. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I tried to keep this short as I am just a one-person group, but this took ages nonetheless. Lots of building involved. But yeah, good luck on your exams, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.